Hi, everybody. My name is Shira from Tel Aviv University International. I'll wait as people funnel in. So as we do, I'm just outside. As we get more people to come through, I'll show you a little bit of campus. We have the privilege of having a very lovely sunny day here. So one of many, many days like this. So while we are waiting, I would love to know if you are in Israel or if you are in Tel Aviv. You can pop it up in the chat. So please go ahead and write. So we have more people coming in. Welcome. Hi, I'm Shira. So nice to meet you. So we have awesome Germany, we have Oslo, Norway, India. Welcome everybody. Yeah, so say where you're from. I am right now just outside. I'll be showing campus very soon, just waiting for more people to come through so that they also get to enjoy campus. And we'll start very soon. So what's everybody doing this Sunday? Are you relaxing? Thinking about the future ahead? Moving to a new apartment, congrats. Is that happening? Oh, making a social distancing device. People here are busy. That's good because we are the place of nonstop city. So you're coming to the right place if you are constantly busy. All right, so we are 5 minutes in. People will funnel in, but I do want to show you campus. So again, hi, my name is Shira. I work at Tel Aviv University International. We're starting off as a treat to be able to show you our lovely campus. So over here, I'll just do a little preview first, okay? And then I'll tell you a little bit about this campus. So we're seeing the courtyard. Obviously, we're not in normal circumstances. Typically, it's towards the end of semester, which it still is here, but people are doing learning from distance due to COVID-19. But typically, you would see people strewn all across campus, whether they're hanging out or studying together, riding their bikes or whatnot. We do have someone over here with a book bag, so that's great. We have one of the coffee shops here. And this is where also our office, the Tel Aviv University International office, is based in this building, the Carter building. Over here, we have one of the main libraries. What I really love about it is at the entrance, there is, and I'll try to show you, where there is an umbrella over there, there's a community garden where people can take in the plant, leave a plant before they leave back to their home country. So it's a nice initiative. Inside, there's also a rotating gallery, and we often feature student art, so that's lovely. And obviously all the facilities you need in the library, whether it's quiet study rooms that you can book, open areas, printers galore, all that good stuff. More buildings and all that stuff. Student union is further back. You're seeing the coast of the city. So over there, there is the beach. You can see the sea over there. And then a bunch of apartments. This is a city after all. Over there, we do have the Rakinadi building where we have our MBAs. And Over here, we have Gilman, which is where we have our BA, as well as a bunch of different classes. So while you might be in a particular type of program, you might find yourself going between different buildings, which is a great way to explore this campus. It's Israel's largest university in size, and you can get good mileage on your step count just from walking about campus. That said, that beach that I told you about is just a 15-minute scooter ride away. So I'm going to go back and start presenting. I'm going to stop this video here and then hop onto my computer. So see you very soon. All right, so hi again, and welcome to everybody who's here. I'm just going to check out what people are saying. Okay, awesome. So we have used the chat function. Welcome everybody who I might have missed while I was showing around campus. I can't wait to get started with you. So, and we're going to actually get started with just a few housekeeping notes. So one is the chat function. So feel free to tell us where you're from, what you're interested in studying. So whether it's academic gap before an undergraduate degree, a bachelor's degree, master's, study abroad. Also know that people might be wanting to advance their level of Hebrew or English. So I would love to hear that from you in the chat. So you're welcome to use the chat function even now. So feel free to do that. Now, okay. The next thing is the raise hand. We might use this one, we might not. It's a cool function to say that you have a question, but we also have the next button, which is the Q&A. So you can ask questions in the Q&A. So I'll be going through the different offerings that we have. And if you have a question, then type it away and I'll review them as we cover each program category or type. Sounds good? Maybe we'll use the raise hand. So raise your hand, and that's using the raise hand function right here. Raise your hand if you are good to go. Awesome, so I'm seeing a few people are raising their hands. Great, so to get you started, I showed you campus. I want to show you also the environment of Tel Aviv, all the awesomeness that there is there. So we are going to go and look at this video together. In just a moment. Okay. So here we are.
Tel Aviv, thank you for your chutzpah, for the sweet music of matkot on the beach, for your scooters driving.
I think I'm not showing you the video, so I'm going to resume. And here we go.
Tel Aviv, thank you for your chutzpah, for the sweet music of matkot on the beach, For your scooters driving everywhere they shouldn't. For serving salad without a plate. Bless you for that. And yes, in Tel Aviv, everyone feels at home, everywhere. Only you would create an app that makes drivers work for you. And the real chutzpah, what started as just another sand dune, is now ranked first in the world for startups per capita. Thank you, Tel Aviv University, for presenting the best of Israeli chutzpah. Thank you for thinking you can beat outsiders by putting a brain on a chip. For fighting world hunger, applying AI to the Bible. How dare you try to print a human heart and succeed? Succeed in being ranked among the world's top 10 universities to produce startup founders. Thank you, Tel Aviv University, for your student entrepreneurs that are changing the rules of the game. Thank you for investing in the world of tomorrow. Be part of the next big chutzpah. Be part of the next big idea. Tel Aviv University.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed that and it got you a little bit inspired. I'm going to pause the share and move back to the slides. All right, so yes, I would be happy to welcome you to our big community of 30,000 total students and thousands of international students that come to our campus each year. We have people from 100+ countries represented, 9 very different and multifaceted faculties that have over 125 schools and departments. So you have a lot to discover, a lot to explore right here. Seeing that you are coming from different corners of the world, I do want to mention that I have colleagues that are there to support you just like I am in your inquiry of pursuing the unknown with us all over the world as well. So we have a New York office that covers all of our US prospects, a Canada office that does the same, a Latin America office based in Brazil. And we also have colleagues who are based here, but support particular people from Southeast Asia, as well as people from the former Soviet Union and Russian speakers. So if you have made Aliyah and you're already here in Israel, there's a good chance that you'll be speaking with me. But if there's a colleague like the last two that I mentioned, the one that supports Russian-speaking people, as well as people that came here from Southeast Asia, then we also have colleagues who can support you that way. Not mentioned right on the slides, we also have a family of 200,000 alumni and growing, 130 research institutes, and the thing that I love about this university and this campus in particular is that you can really go wild. There's a lot of cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinarity happening. So just because you are in this one program doesn't mean that you can go out of your comfort zone. And if you're interested in, let's say, AI, reach out to a professor, reach out to someone that you might have seen studying in the cafeteria. And this is an open place. So get to know more than just your program. There's a lot of opportunity for that. So I want you to know that as we go in. So a little bit about Tel Aviv University. So Tel Aviv University is one of the world's top innovation universities. In the international school in particular offers 60+ English-led academic programs and degrees. So outside of those that are ones to be meant for you to study Hebrew or English and so on, we have an array of programs just in English, designed with the international student in mind. The really great thing about being right at the hub of Startup Nation, Tel Aviv, is that you get to explore everything that it has to offer. The nonstop movement of the city, the rich history, and really the accessibility to not just move around the city, but also to move and explore Israel as a whole. So be creative, show your diversity. It's for us to gain so much as for you to gain, because we thrive from having your international perspective here right on campus. A little bit about the rankings of Tel Aviv University. We are consistently ranked as the #1 choice among Israeli students. We are also in the top 10 schools in the world producing VC-backed founders. So we are currently at #8. This has been our 6th year placing in that ranking by Pitchfork. And that is a really great honor because it's also the only non-US academic institution like Stanford and Yale that places in that kind of ranking. We are number 19 in faculty citation impact. And also with the #8 is that we have graduates who established unicorn companies worth $1 billion. Really, really great honor to see so many of our successful students and alums go on and make an impact in this world. And just like Innovation and Startup Nation, again, top 100 Innovation University, and number 26 Asia University ranking as per the Times Higher Education. So we are proud of a lot, and that's a lot to do with the students and the faculty and the people that we have here. So we'd love for you to be part of that. More about alumni and achievements of the institution. During COVID especially, 2,000 tests conducted daily through labs that we put together, overnight, working with the crisis in mind. There is a need to work quickly. It's something that Israel specializes in. Also Waze, many of us use it. So the billion-dollar founder of Waze is from Tau. Other things like the 3D printing of a heart, really, really wonderful achievements from Tau. So with that in mind, connections that we are also very happy to have here. So we have the Remote Business Engagement Center. So we work to bring promising scientific discoveries to market researchers at Tel Aviv University and connect them to the industry so that it's not just research that sits there, it also informs practice. Tau Venture is an academic venture capital fund, so they run programs for early stage technologies and offer partnerships with international leading companies right here on campus, just a little bit of a walk away. Really wonderful. I'm just hearing a little bit of noise, so I am going to pause for a moment. Thank you for your patience. So, and then there's also the Entrepreneurship Center. So we really encourage entrepreneurship across the campus. No matter what your discipline is, we believe that anybody can have and exhibit an entrepreneurial skill set and really show that off. So there is an Entrepreneurship Center right on campus for you to explore that as well. And now let's dive into the programs. So I said we have 60+ programs entirely in English, 6 study abroad programs. Actually, we have quite a lot of short-term programs that mostly happen in the summer, but I will be speaking about a special summer opportunity that came about very recently. 3 bachelor's programs, now 17 plus master's programs, and 20 plus doctoral programs. As we speak about your academic opportunities, we also want to stress that we know that being an international student is something that isn't to take lightly. You're experiencing a new culture, and you're also juggling your academics. And so we have our madrichim, our student life team, who welcome you to campus. They're even doing it a little bit before you arrive now. But they're there to support 24/7. They also lead arrival and orientation days so that you're comfortable around campus. They give you a tour. They take you out to the city. They assist with any kind of issues. We know that also Israel is a place where Hebrew is the main spoken language. And so these people, our madachim, speak English and obviously speak Hebrew fluently. So they're there to help. They also run a lot of different types of social and cultural activities. So they take you to trips up north, down south to Jerusalem, and you really get to explore everything as well as exhibit as different parts of Tel Aviv, like graffiti art and so forth. All right. And lastly, we do have dorms. They're right adjacent to campus. So where you saw that little beach, if you were here at the beginning, if you just go down, it's about maybe 5 to 10 minute walk away from where I was showing campus. Then there's also the dorms, the Einstein undergraduate dorms. We also have our graduate dorms that are a little bit up in a different direction, and health insurance and is all included on is all included in your tuition. The dorms are optional. People have different types of living arrangements, but I'm happy to answer those questions later on. You're welcome to pop them in the Q&A. So I'll stop for a moment and I'll look at what we have so far. Right. Okay, so I'll talk about a little bit about undergraduate programs. Maybe if you can show me if you're interested in undergraduate programs so that I can make sure that this is relevant to you. So raise your hand, please, using the participants button. I'm going to look at it now. Okay, awesome. So I see we have people interested. So we have 3 types of programs: the BA Liberal Arts, the dual degree, so of BA Liberal Arts, 2 years here, 2 years at Columbia University in New York, and we have the BSc Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So the BA is 3 years, but you get the same amount of credits as a 4-year degree. There's different types of tracks and majors, from Middle Eastern Studies, Jewish Studies, Digital Culture and Communication, Philosophy, Entrepreneurship, Life Sciences. So there's a lot for you to explore. If you're looking into doing a full international experience, then 2 years here and 2 years at Tau get you 2 degrees, 1 from each institution. Some of the credits or courses will overlap, and you'll be getting certified in both. You'll get both degrees from both institutions, and there'll be guidance to keep you on track along the way. And that stands also for the BA Liberal Arts, as well as the BSc Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So that one is a 4-year degree. The first couple of years are very foundational math and physics, and then the second 2 are more specialized, wrapping up with an industry project. So you'll be in labs throughout, but you'll also be doing what a lot of our students and alums are very excited about, is the industry project, to get their hands dirty in what it looks like. And we have a larger number of industry affiliates from Mellanox, Amazon, Google, Samsung, Intel, and so on. And they come for recruitment days, as well as, you have the ability to make connections with them and foster connections while you're pursuing your degree. So that's the undergraduate programs. I'm going to pause here for a minute and leave it for a Q&A. So I'm going to look. So if you're typing, I'll let you type right now. Make sure to do it in the Q&A and not the chat, because that's where I'm going to look first. All right, I'm not seeing any questions coming up my way right now, but if they do come, and that's totally okay, pop them in and I will look at them later. Moving on, study abroad. Anyone here live with us who's interested in study abroad? Just raise your hand. Awesome. Great. Cool, cool. Okay, so all right, so study abroad, we have different types of opportunities. Academic gap is one of them. That's for someone who hasn't yet started their undergraduate or bachelor's degree, but they want to see what it's like to be a university student. So you're taking an array of our study abroad courses, and you get to see what you're like as a student. You still get all the perks of being a student here at TAO International. One thing that I do want to mention about this coming academic gap is that we are looking into incorporating more social and cultural activities, things that are able to enrich you. So we are really, really looking into moving more in that direction. They have been there. There was service learning components, but now we're doing that more. And there's personalized academic advising, and that can really happen for all of these study abroad programs. Now, you can do just a general semester or year abroad. You can also pursue one with an internship if you want to bolster your CV with some international work experience. During the internship component, you also get a career development course where they support you in understanding yourself more and your career path, boosting your CV, networking skills, and so on. If there's anyone interested in law, we also have a law semester program, and that can happen throughout the semester or to a year. In the spring semester, we also have particular tracks. So that's the Entrepreneurship, Innovation, and Business in Israel track. For anyone that is really, really interested in that arena, you get different types of, you get specialized courses in those arenas. You get to do an innovation project with a company, go to field trips to different companies in Tel Aviv. And for those, again, interested in also adding an internship component, you still can. The Voyage to Medicine typically happens actually just in the fall, but this year we pushed it to the spring semester. And that one has hands-on learning and a lot of doctor shadowing in Asar Rofeh, one of the leading hospitals in Israel. It's an amazing opportunity to really shadow across departments, as well as you get to undergo EMT training while conducting your courses and studies at the university. So it's a really multifaceted program. For the semester and year abroad courses, I will say that they really cover a range from anthropology, Middle Eastern studies, international finance and international relations, and so forth. So for study abroad folks, if you want to type in a question, please go ahead now. I'm going to check the Q&A. All right. So I'm seeing here for the business and entrepreneurship in Startup Nation. So that one is both. We also have a summer program called that, but we also have a study abroad track, as you can see. So the summer program was canceled due to the COVID-19 situation. It will resume in the following semester. We're very excited to offer our summer offerings again in 2021. But if you really have a taste for entrepreneurship and innovation and you want to explore that in Israel, go for study abroad if you can. All right, so that's that. Moving forward. So we've had some people say that they want to study Hebrew, and I'll start with that then. But if there's anyone who is also interested in advanced English, Yiddish, or Arabic, please raise your hand also. I'm just going to look for, awesome. Okay, so we have different people also wanting to learn about advanced English, Yiddish, and Arabic. So advanced English is a program that happens over the summer. We're still offering it in the summer. And that's for people who want to boost their level of academic English, essentially, in order to obtain a level of English for academia. So if you're wanting to do a master's program with us or something like that, that can be perfect. It's also a really good way to just brush up your English skills. That is split to reading and writing, and then there's another course of speaking and listening. You can take the two together, and that's that. For Yiddish, we're not offering it this summer, but it's one of our prestigious programs where you don't just learn Yiddish, and there's lots of different types of levels, but you also get to do a lot of different types of very cultural activities, and it's always a really grand time. This summer, again, we weren't able to offer it, but we're very excited for 21 summer. Arabic, we have a beginner's Arabic offered during the summer typically. Again, it is not offered, but if you're in Israel, especially if you're doing study abroad, but also if you just want to take a standalone course, we do have Arabic offered during study abroad semesters. So that's something that we do offer. Now, intensive Hebrew Ulpan. So we offer a range of levels. This summer, we are only offering the very, very beginners Ulpan. So that's if you only need to learn the alphabet and you don't really know any words in Hebrew, that's the Hebrew Ulpan that we're offering this summer. But moving forward, we're going back to our range of levels. And the way it works is that we provide you with a placement test, and then we see where you fit across our range of students, and you study with them according to your level. For some people that were interested in TACA, TACA is a collaborative program with the Students' Authority here in Israel. It's a 5-month semester program to get you ready to study academically in Hebrew. So for people who are typically living here or thinking of living here, or at least doing their academic degree in Hebrew, this is a great program. And typically it is offered in the spring semester. This year, and registration is already closed, I believe, so it is done. Offered in the fall, but look out for also the spring semester. We would love to offer it and help you in your pursuit there. So I'm going to go back to the Q&A. All right, so I'm going to the English course. I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is stop the share for a moment. I was asked how much it costs and when will it start. So it's starting in mid-late August, and it is, and the cost of it, what I'll do is I'll send you the link so that you also have it on hand. I'll actually start with for anyone interested in, over here. So this is our different types of languages programs. And now you have that answer in the Q&A section. So the beginner level is when you're only learning the alphabet. It starts also, and you also have that now, in the chat, this link. You go to the Hebrew section. Okay, so you can look into that, and there you will see that the Hebrew Ulpan starts also mid-late August. You can do both the Advanced English and Ulpan, I believe. So typically that's how we do it. So you are welcome to do both programs. We're now going to move to our master's degrees. So we have an array of master's degrees from ancient Israel studies, really dig in literally to some of the neatest projects and excavations around Israel. Lots of field trips there, conflict resolution and mediation, where you'll be able to handle immediate conflict in a place that, you know, we do know is experiences that a lot. So you will have a very great experience to learn from professionals and scholars who specialize in that, and different types of hands-on experiences. All of our master's programs really are very experiential. It's not just there, you're not just stuck in a classroom. You are also breathing and living what you're doing through different types of practice. Two new programs that we have are the cyber politics and the government masters, as well as the developing countries master's degree. So the cyber politics one is launching in the fall. All of these typically do start in the fall. The only one that really doesn't is TESOL, and that starts in the summer. Now, back to cyber politics. So we have, the goal is to really bridge the technology world with the field of corporate policy and strategy, and showcase and really delve into critical issues for any organization's ability to adapt to the future and evolving world that we're living in based on cyber technologies. Developing countries is focus on sustainable development and innovative ways to provide the global population with sustainable and equitable supply of energy, water, and food that can help and improve the well-being of low-income communities. In developing countries, the last semester is spent dedicated to fieldwork and research in Israel or abroad. Environmental studies is very multidisciplinary student body coming together to really look into the different types of what it's like to be environmental in today's world. There's also a research seminar where you can pursue a topic of your choice, and a 4-month internship in Israel's leading companies specializing in environmental advocacy, environmental planning, social justice, transportation, and so on. Global migration and policy is a 2-year degree. Most of these are 1 year with the option of adding a thesis, but global migration policy is a 2-year degree. You're doing it with Israelis as well. And you're really getting to also experience that in that way, what it's like to be an Israeli master's student. So you're getting an extra international experience by being in that environment. The Middle Eastern Studies has a collaboration with the INSS, which is a research center for national security studies. You also get a certification there if you're doing that kind of track. And there's also different types of publishing opportunities and other stuff via the different centers that we have here on campus. Security and diplomacy is fit for both the people who are looking into the diplomacy world, whether as diplomats and such, as well as people who are maybe looking to cover that kind of thing, like a journalist. So you're really going to see people around the table who are professionals and renowned in that field. You'll have an ambassador breakfast every now and then, and again, lots of hands-on experience. You see the asterisk, there's subsidized program tuition for some of these. So the tuition does vary from program to program. And I will pop the link to the graduates degrees overview later on. But we're not done. We also have an LLM, a master's in law, as well as a global MBA, a documentary cinema MFA program, an MPH that focuses on emergency and disaster management, different types of engineering MSCs, different tracks for life sciences and medical sciences. There's an array of stuff. The LLM has people that look to specialize in law and tech, business law, and international law with human rights. So there's different types of tracks that you can look into. The MBA is 1 year, and we are happy to be a university that yields 50% of Israel's entrepreneurs. So you're in good company. The documentary cinema is 2 years in joint study again with Israelis, and lots of renowned instructors that have really made achievements here. You will also have workshops and activities that are very hands-on. And the final semester, you'll produce a film or television series on whatever you wish to with the guidance of a supervisor. The MPH, we have different webinars also available on that in our webinar series. Really, again, lots of trips and seminars and lots of cooperation with foreign universities and institutions like the WHO to really go from theory to practice. And our MSCs are very varied. So if you're interested in those, I really encourage you to look into what they have to offer on the website, and we can support you from there. So that's graduate programs. There's a lot, so I spoke a lot. I'm going to pause now and see what you have said. So if you want to pop something in the Q&A, please do, regarding graduate programs. Okay, so so far I have how much does graduate housing cost? So graduate housing is $800 US per month, and that's in the graduate dorms. So those are studios, and that includes pretty much everything in that studio. I can pop in the link to that later if you wish. And then we are getting to the end of the different types of programs. We have lots more, but I'm going to focus on those. Are there links to get information about what the requirements for admissions into each one of these programs? Yes, of course, our website is full of information. So I'm going to pop the link to the different types of program categories, so degrees, undergraduates, graduates, study abroad, and so on, so that you can look at them and really dive in to your particular program. All right. Over here, so if you're already interested in a particular program, then the best way to go is, so we're getting some stuff about the MPH, about the different types of MSc programs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up chat on my end over here, because those are both graduate degrees. And over here, over here, now you have the overview graduate degrees link. And that way you can choose the program that you are interested in and look into the curriculum, the admissions criteria, the cost, and so forth, okay? So that covers both the MPH and the different types of MSCs. All right. And I see that we have had one question here about graduate program in business and tech innovations. So that could really be either the MBA, if that's kind of your arena, or the cyber politics and government could also be really great. So I would say explore both. And that's that. Again, go to the graduate degrees, give those a look because it's important to study something that you are really into and love. Any more questions, especially about graduate degrees? Are they coming up? All right. So I'm going to resume share if I'm not seeing any more questions. Great, so we'll resume share. Okay, so short-term programs, we do typically offer a lot, and it's such a great experience because we're seeing people really from across the world coming in to study very intensely, but also make the most out of Tel Aviv very intensely during these summer programs. So I know that there's interest. I will cover the questions that were asked in the Q&A about those very shortly. There's also graduate ones, as well as the language, which I mentioned before. So with that, it seems like we're just going into a little bit of Q&A. So you're welcome to just pop questions. I'm going to wrap up here with the presentation and just answer questions. Sounds good? Raise your hand digitally if it sounds good. Great. And I'll also check out the chat so that I'm not missing anything. Okay, so we have, all right, so I see the message from, I hope that I'm saying names right, Ramya. So very, very varied interest, masters, summer programs. We have everything to offer, and I think it's just seeing what you're interested in and able to do at the moment. So we covered Middle Eastern studies, we covered Arabic, if you are looking to do that. But I see that the MAMAS program, the Middle Eastern Studies Masters, could be a really good one for you. Someone to cover Europe, that's me. So you will speak with me. My colleagues do cover the rest of the areas. I support people from Europe. So feel free to get in touch. What I'll also do is for everybody on the chat right now is I'm putting a link to schedule a one-on-one session with me. That said, this one is much more if you're a little bit undecided about what you want to study, because we know that there's a lot of options. If you're already between a couple of programs, it's really good that our degrees or graduate degrees or undergrads, it's really good that you get in touch with a specific coordinator so that you get very specific answers. They know the programs in and out. So there we go. This is my Calendly link. You're welcome to schedule me. If we need to reschedule for any reason, we will, but we are very available. Now to Q&A. So I have the first question that was asked was how many international students are working during the studies. So it really depends. If you're just on a student visa, the student visa does not allow you to work. But if you do have an Israeli citizenship of some sort, then you may be eligible to work. That said, if you want to do any type of internship or some kind of thing like that, there's the internship program that we offer. So you're welcome to look into that. If it's a graduate degree, then they might have a volunteer or graduate experience, an internship experience, so that you are still able to develop your CV during this time of your studies. The Calendly link is not valid. Okay, let me know if it's just because I didn't put the N at the end. So try that one. Now, about admissions into our university. So our admission can vary per program, but the main thing that I want to say is that it's also quite similar. So we're looking for your transcript, your grades. We're looking for proficiency in English. Still not valid? Okay, then I'll post, once I finish the Q&A, I'll find the correct link. Thank you for letting me know. So back to admissions. Entrance exam, it might be requested an SAT or a GMAT, depending on the program, a GRE. So there's that kind of thing. In terms of, but we're looking more than just your grades, more than just entrance test. We're looking for an essay to get to know who you are, what excites you, what interests you. We are asking for recommendations, academic, especially like at least one, but you can also put the professional one if you would like, or two academic ones. And we look into the full picture to admit a very wholesome person, because that's who you are. You're not just your grades, and we know that. So if you're looking into specific types of admissions criteria, go into the specific type of program, and it's laid out there. Now, I was asked also, do we have any summer program in Middle East Studies or International Security? So we have our Middle Eastern Studies summer program, as well as we have if you're looking into more like cybersecurity, we have that offering as well. We have an advanced and fundamental track. Fundamental is a little bit more programming based. Advanced is a little bit more about ethics and policies and how they shape cyber. So that's the two over there. So for summer programs, I'll find the link. Keep in mind that those are offered next summer. So the link is loading. At the same time, I will go for Calendly and I'll find the correct link. So this one is regarding the different types of short-term and summer programs that we have. So are there any internships available with the cyber politics and government degree? So it is just launching, but I do believe that they are looking to really provide you with profound experience. So that's something to definitely refer to with the team there. So look into the curriculum and speak with the team so that they can support this question. So what I'll do again is I'll find over here And I'm glad that interests you. We're very excited about this new program. So over here is our cyber program, master's program link. So another, I believe I answered that. Would I be able to work at a job in Israel while going to school? That really depends on your visa situation. So you'll need to explore that way. And last but not least, we have about TACA. So TACA I had started at a much later date than usual for people who had already confirmed. But we would have kept it up for longer in terms of admissions, I believe. But we had just gone for just the people who were confirmed already due to the COVID-19 situation. So that's what was done, but it will be offered again, I believe, in spring 2021. So do watch out for that. And if you have any questions about TACA, that also splits a little bit. So if you're not yet in Israel or you're not making Aliyah, then speak with me or my relevant colleague in the world. But if you're already are and have made Aliyah, then please speak with Minal Studentim, the Students Authority, and Misrad Klita, because they will be guiding your registration process. All right, so that's the last question that I've received so far. We have a minute. I will stay a little bit more than a minute if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you so much for all of your wonderful questions and for sticking around. Yeah, so I'm with you. All right, good question. So if housing is no longer available, are there other options? You are welcome to explore different types of options of living in Tel Aviv or in Israel. There are different websites. Facebook is a really, really big one, actually, for the Israeli community. So I just, you go to the marketplace and you look. But housing can be made available. So it does come on a first come, first serve basis. So once people are accepted, they can note in their application portal whether they're interested in housing or not. And then it just goes through a confirmation fee and so on. And that's pretty much it for housing. Is there also a coordinator for Southeast Asia? Yes, there is. His name is Porat. He's wonderful. So I'm going to actually plop his email down in the chat. And I'll also, again, as promised, give you the Calendly link. So Yara, I'll find Porat's email again, and then also I'll find the Calendly link. So while I do that, if you have any questions, feel free. So this is a Calendly link. I will actually see if I can share it with you on screen. And we will also send the, in the follow-up email after this webinar, we'll send you the Calendly link. So don't worry if you're not, grabbing it right now, that's totally fine. But I do want to, if I can, show it to you. So this is essentially what it looks like. Right now we have program advising with me, program advising with Lena. Lena supports our Russian speakers. I support English and Hebrew. And then we have Jenna, who's in the US office. And that's if you're in the US and you have not made Aliyah, okay? So if you have already come to Israel and you're living in Israel, speak with me. I'll be happy to help. Otherwise, I think that Jenna is your best call. Moving to Porat, who is our Southeast Asia coordinator. We can also send you his email, but I'll also find it right here and send to you. And I also have a Q&A over here, so I'll pop it up. So here we are. This is Porat's email and Q&A. So I'll start off with who assists Indian applicants. That's Porat. So I've just popped his email in the chat. Feel free to get in touch with him. He's lovely. My pleasure, Yara, as well. And I'm looking for more questions. Anything about our different masters, undergraduate degrees, study abroad, languages? My pleasure. Thank you, Abhishek. I did forget to mention that we also have an online, we don't have an online Hebrew course. The Hebrew courses are in person, but we do have a COVID-19 course, and we can also include that. 1 second. I can pop it up, but we can also include that in the email if you would like. So that one is a very interdisciplinary view about what's going on with our world in terms of this pandemic. And you will get to hear from different experts that we have here at Tau, spanning across education, economy, the Middle East, and so forth. We do have more webinars coming. We do have collaborations to speak more to that, not just the summer course, but speak about all of our offerings in our series of webinars. But I want to share the summer course with you. And then we'll do that shortly. So also another question is everything other than the COVID-19 online course is in person. That said, we do know the situation. So for the advanced English, it is in person. For the beginners Ulpan, it is in person. But for the degrees, we are very prepared. And for the study abroad, we are very prepared to do a mix of frontal and virtual or distance learning. So we know that the situation is ever changing. Every day is a new day across our globe. So our faculty, our team here is prepared to support you academically in both ways, depending on what your situation is. Any more questions before we wrap up? All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really glad to have helped you here. I hope this is just the beginning of your journey to nonstop discovery here at Tel Aviv University. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, noon, evening, night, wherever you are. And we hope to see you on campus very soon. Take care.